place where you can go, where there's no one to tell you yes or no. If you just look into your heart, you will find that's the place to start. If you take a step and take another again, you'll find a better place to land. I know that it can be there someday. You've been waiting for. I know this life can be that one life you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Today could be the someday. Today could be the one day. Today could be the someday you've been dreaming of. Oh, 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 oh. Today could be the day. Oh, 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 today could be the day.
Slow or smelly drains can become a plumbing emergency fast. Get Pipe Wrench's $99 drain clearing guaranteed to work or it's free. Our plumbers arrive the same day to get things flowing again. Schedule your $99 drain clearing today at PipeWrench.com. And as always, same-day service guaranteed or the visit is
It's time for Wake Up with Witcher. Here's meteorologist Mike Witcher from the East Tennessee Weather Center.
Well, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sure hope you have a great day today. Have you been outside yet? It's significantly colder than what we had yesterday by like 25 degrees. Not to mention the clouds are starting to increase, which has given us an amazing sunrise this morning. So if you grabbed a photo of the sunrise, send it my way. Either upload it through the East Tennessee Weather app or post it on social media or post it here in the live broadcast this morning. Got a lot of folks joining us this morning. A lot of folks wondering, are you a team snow or are you a team no way, Jose? I'm all for team snow, and we do have our best potential for seeing some snowfall this next 7 days. 2 potential storm systems. One's looking likely. The second one, Saturday and Sunday, there's some discrepancies, but I'm going to walk you through all those details as we head through the morning hours. Again, I want to start you off with a nice live view from downtown Clinton. Well, we just lost it as we had some nice glow in the sky. But now the sun is tucked back behind the clouds now. But those are the clouds I was talking about yesterday. We've got some low-level moisture at about 5,000 feet that's going to be drifting its way on through. And that's our next little wave in the atmosphere that's going to set up shop and roll its way on through during the day, which, believe it or not, we already have some light flurries maybe flying across parts of Osage, Scott and Campbell County, parts of Claiborne County, southeastern Kentucky. This is the radar recap over the last 3 hours. And as this moisture banks up against the mountains of East Tennessee, it's going to produce a little bit of light snow across the mountains. So let me know if you're seeing some flurries around the area. It's not going to cause any problems at all. It's a fast-moving little clipper system, but it is drawing into colder air, which switches flips the pattern anyways as we get into next week. And then that's kind of setting the stage for the potential for some snowfall that may be heading our way. All right, let's go ahead and recap yesterday. I was forecasting 57 degrees. We made it to 59. We picked up over 1 inch of rain officially at McGee-Tyson Airport. Much needed rain. The 2 to 3 really didn't happen, but the 1 to 2 did happen. 1/2 inch in Crossville, over 1 inch in Chattanooga, and over 1 1/4 inches in the Tri-Cities area. All right, here are your weather headlines this morning. By the way, good morning. Happy Sunday. Sure hope you have a great day today. If you're heading off to church, grab the jackets because you're going to need those. So today, colder, breezy, light mountain snow showers, maybe a couple of flurries here or there. Not a big deal. And the wind's going to be picking up. So breezy/windy throughout the day today, making it feel much colder, by the way. Monday, Tuesday, sunshine returns with warming temperatures. Not bad. Not a bad way to start the week. But Wednesday, Thursday, another disturbance and a chance for snow. And then Saturday into Sunday, watching for another system to potentially bring us more snowfall around the area. All right, here's our mid-level energy and spinning its way in. This is our disturbance, our upper-level wave. This is about 15,000 feet in elevation or so. And it helps to provide a lift in the atmosphere. It's bringing us the cloud coverage, and it's going to bring us that chance for a couple of flurries around the area. But it's also bringing us the wind. The National Weather Service has a wind advisory in effect until 7 o'clock tonight for the mountains, Northwesterly wind 15 to 25, gusting to about 45, but we still could see some winds gusting here in the valley upwards of about 30 miles per hour. And then you factor in the colder air, and that's what's going to give us those wind chill values all day. A little shock to the system, if you will. Here's our future cast today. Again, just kind of nitpicking the forecast. This batch of clouds moves on in for the, next probably, say 6 to 8 hours or so. And it's also going to produce a little bit of light snow across the highest peaks of the Smokies. So light mountain snow possible, no travel troubles whatsoever, just making for a nice picturesque scene. And cold enough, of course, for the ski resorts here in the southeastern U.S. to produce some man-made snow anyways. Temperatures this morning are trending anywhere from about 18 to 25 degrees colder than what it was yesterday. You step outside, and it's a little bit of a shock to the system, considering that yesterday we had temperatures in the 50s this morning. All right, so temps right now are in the 30s. We're not going to warm up a whole lot. So we're going to be battling that daytime heating. The sun's up. It helps to warm us up. But the colder air coming on in and the wind. And so afternoon temperatures likely to stay in the 30s, but wind chill values will be in the 20s and low 30s all day. Like I said, old man winter, a little shock to the system, more seasonable weather, well below average, but that's why we have averages, right? All right, here's your 7-day forecast. We're going to keep going, so don't leave yet. Here's your 7-day forecast. Fairly steady temperatures throughout the day today. Forecast high about 38 degrees or so. We're down to 23 degrees overnight tonight thanks to the clear sky. So it's going to be a cold Monday morning. Monday and Tuesday, back to those seasonal averages. We'll be in the 40s and 50s. And then Wednesday into Thursday, and then Saturday into Sunday, here comes those two storm systems that could produce some snowfall. Confidence is definitely increasing, especially with storm system number 1. So let me show you the pattern evolution. We pick up our timeline Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock at night. So not much activity. You can see the snowfall on, the blue on the map there. That's through the day today. That's not anything to do with Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But watch as this pattern this trough digs its way into the southeastern U.S. I'm going to skip ahead here. Hold on. Wait a second here. Let's go back to that. All right, pattern evolution. There we go. I forgot I had a pause point there. All right, so as that dives its way in, just kind of like the one that we're seeing today, watch this. There's 7 o'clock Wednesday night. And we're really not expected to see much activity. Well, we may start to see some through the day or late in the day on Wednesday, but it's really Wednesday night and the Thursday that trough digs on in and helps to produce the chance for some snowfall. So you can see how snow accumulations are going to be increasing around the area as we head into our Wednesday, Thursday, and then wrapping it up on Friday as it kicks its way on out. But in the top left-hand side of your screen, there's another disturbance that I'll highlight that's going to possibly bring us more energy as we get into our Saturday and Sunday. That's potentially our second storm system that could bring us another chance for snow. So let me show you another way of saying this. This is round number 1, okay? So confidence is increasing for accumulating snowfall. We pick up our timeline Wednesday morning. Probably not going to see much, obviously. Here comes our disturbance. We're going to just run you through the day. So from sunrise to sunset on Wednesday, probably not a ton of activity. We'll see those temperatures start to drop. And we'll start to say, I think by sundown, we'll probably start to see some flurries flying around the area. I've got a tickle in my nose. All right, so then 7 o'clock Wednesday night through Thursday morning, it starts to fill in a little bit. But what I want to point out is, listen, this Wednesday storm system, Wednesday into Thursday, is definitely going to be more likely the classic horseshoe. Do we see some light snow showers in the valley? Yeah, the potential is there. The models are starting to up those values just a little bit. I think the Euro's at about I think I saw 1.3, 1.6 or something like that inches. So, but again, we've been warm and we're not going to be like Arctic air. So we will see some melting and compacting with any of the snow that falls Wednesday night and the Thursday morning. And then through the day on Thursday, we're going to still see it pile up, especially across the mountains because we'll have that northwesterly flow. Look at the mountains of East Tennessee, North Carolina. We potentially could see a big doozy of a system. Greatest potential for snowfall so far this year. Okay, that's round number 1, taking us all the way through Thursday. Now let's talk about round number 2. Well, that's round number 1 anyways. All right, now let's talk about round number 2. We'll pick up our timeline Sunday. Or no, that's taking us... I'm getting all confused here. Let me go back here. So you can see how round number 1, now I'm going to switch to round number 2, and you're going to see the snowfall totals increase just a little bit. Again, the confidence is not nearly as high for round number 2, Saturday into Sunday, as round number 1. And again, Saturday and Sunday, we're a week away. There's a ton that can change. If you saw my social media post yesterday, I said, let's just have some snow fun. Insert teacher's name here because I know all of you teachers are like rejoicing and going, oh, come on, baby. I just don't. I'm not too confident here in the valley yet. But I think we could see a good solid coating of snow across the mountains of East Tennessee and North Carolina and the Cumberland Plateau with round number 1. Round number 2 is a little bit on the iffy side so far. So, all right, Team Snow, Team No, what are you saying here on the chat this morning? Let's have some fun this Sunday. I think Nathan's going to be Team Snow for sure. Are you going to do some skiing this upcoming weekend, Nathan? Maybe take the day off on Thursday because we're going to have some fresh snow. Tell the bosses you're calling in sick. Good morning, Eva. How are you this morning? We've got Kathy joining us from East Morristown. Good morning to everybody joining us from Hamlin County. Being back from the warmth, bring back the warmth, please. Well, listen, we got to start somewhere. I mean, it's it's winter time for sure. So Eva's Team Snow, Molly's Team Snow, Whitney's Team Snow. Love it. Layla, I know your answer for sure. It's Team No. Let's see. And Team Snow, I only want a day, not a week, trapped at home. I don't think that's going to be the case, either way you look at it. Let's see. I'm a 4th grade teacher, so I want snow. And I know you teachers. Trust me, I go to enough schools. That's the number one conversation that we have at schools. Are we going to have any snow days this year? And you know what I don't like about it? It's always one of those things where I know you teachers have built-in snow days every year. And it's like use them or lose them type of a situation. It's like if you use them, that's great. But if you use too many, you have to stay in school longer because we have to get those hours. But if we don't have any snow days, those X amount of days, whatever your county is like, sorry, we're not getting out of school early. Sorry, you're not getting paid for those days. Something like that. James is team 90 degrees. Well, we'll get there, my friend. Let's see. Andrew's Team Snow. I knew you were. Tim is Team Snow all the way. I think Ashley's Team Snow. Nice. I've got a lot of Team Snowers out there. This is great. There's a lot of non-Team Snowers as well. Just a day. So I still have PTSD from 2 years ago being trapped for over a week. That was a doozy of a system because the Arctic Air set up shop. Now, we're not looking like anything like that that's going to happen. But when you get the snow and then you have Arctic Air, it just can't melt away. Got to use the sun's energy to kind of melt it away. You remember that one? 10 inches of snow at my house, then ice for a week. Yeah, it was one crazy storm, wasn't it? I love it when the confidence increases. Again, we have all lived here. Maybe not all of us, but a lot of us have lived here for a very long time. I've forecasted here for over 20 years. We've seen this time and time again. So listen, we are 4 to 5 days out from this system even beginning and starting to really ramp up. So now we look at confidence levels. Confidence is starting to increase. So I will not throw out any snowfall totals. Watch what you share and like on social media. People are already throwing out snowfall totals. Stop the madness, please, on social media. But once we get into the work week, so starting tomorrow, probably tomorrow, I'll have some preliminary snowfall totals. Maybe even tonight. We'll see how the next couple of model runs do. So make sure you check back in with either your full forecast or Witcher's 1-minute weather on the East Tennessee Weather app. And if you don't have the East Tennessee Weather app and you're joining me on the broadcast this morning and you're like, I've been meaning to download it, this, that, and the other, let me throw this in the chat here this morning. So I'm going to throw this in the chat. Hopefully you all get it. This will be a link. So if you click on that link, no matter if you have Android or iPhone, it will take you right to your app store. Just a one click of a button. Go download the app. Allow notifications and allow GPS location services, and the app will work anywhere in the country. You'll get notified of any inclement weather. So if the National Weather Service starts issuing winter weather advisories, or maybe even start with a winter storm watch. So we'll probably start with the winter storm watch up into a winter weather advisory. This is how I think it's going to play out. Okay. Winter storm watch guaranteed probably for the Cumberland Plateau and the Smoky Mountains. I do think that we'll at least get a winter weather advisory for the plateau and the mountains, maybe a winter storm warning for the mountains, and either a special weather statement and or a winter weather advisory for the valley. That's how I think it's going to play out. Again, I don't issue these. The National Weather Service does, and they do a fantastic job to do so. I would love to see some snow, says Don. I was here for the blizzard of 93 and the deep freeze in the 80s. And that blizzard of 93 was a doozy. This could possibly be our only chance for snow since February looks to be warmer. We need the precip because of the drought, definitely. The rain yesterday did not help a lot. It didn't help a lot. It was definitely not drought-busting rain like it was looking at the beginning of last week. But hey, at least we got a little bit of rain out of that. Your team deep dish. Maybe we can get snow on top of snow for once. That would be nice. Any snow for the southeast Pennsylvania coming? Yep. This storm system is going to produce snow all the way up into... I mean, if I were to look... Let me just expand my map here real quick. This is just on the fly here for you folks. This is the map for... This takes us over, through the next 7 days. So obviously, some of this won't happen. Some of it will. But this kind of gives you a depiction of, okay, wait a second. Are we going to see snow as far south as central and northern Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia? Probably not, because that would be associated with storm number 2. That do we get a little bit of a southern slider coming its way on through? Maybe, maybe not, but definitely something to keep in mind. You will issue the milk and bread alert, and only with the great power comes with great responsibility. And that, my friend, you are 100% correct, and that's why I'm very conservative with my snowfall forecast. I've forecasted here way too long to understand that you cannot bite at some of these high snowfall totals because you have to look at the history of East Tennessee and East Tennessee weather, not East Tennessee weather, the business, but our weather here in East Tennessee. And a lot of times these will fizzle out. A lot of times we'll get the snow across the classic horseshoe, and I think that's exactly what potentially could happen. Do we see some snow in the valley on Thursday? Yeah, sure. I think we're going to see some snowfall. Is it going to be a crazy one this time around? At this point of the game, not necessarily the case, but definitely something to keep an eye on. And so again, I can't stress it enough to download the East Tennessee Weather app and track it every day with me. All right, for those of you that are part of the program every day, you know this is the time that we switch gears. We've done the forecast. If that's all you need to know, I sure hope you have a great day today. If you missed the forecast, stick with me. We have some fun now. And then I'll send you right back to the 24-hour channel on the East Tennessee Weather app. Remember, I'm also on Roku TV, Amazon Fire, and YouTube. All right, let's talk about these national holidays. It is January 11th. And we're always celebrating birthdays and events, so if there's any birthdays or events that are ongoing, let me know in the chat so we can highlight it, especially for birthdays. We love birthdays around here. Crystal's Team Snow, Tammy's Team Snow. We just need a good snow from Crystal. There we go. I love it. I absolutely love it. And listen, if you are joining on the app this morning, you can jump over to Facebook. That's where you can do the commenting. Other than that, on the app, you can't do any commenting, unfortunately. But I am working on bringing the chat up onto the broadcast, so stay tuned for that because I'd like for folks to be able to see what everyone else is seeing, especially if you're not on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram. All right, today is National Arkansas Day, Arkansas Day. Are you from Arkansas? Are you celebrating today? It's also National Sunday Supper Day. Do you call it supper? Do you call it dinner? It's National Step in Puddles and Splash Your Friends Day. Well, we could have done that yesterday. There was a lot of, not necessarily localized flooding, but there was a lot of runoff on some of the construction sites that we have in town. A lot of that red clay just taking over some of the roadways. Today is also National Human Trafficking Awareness Day. Just mind-blowing to me that we actually do still have stuff like that going on. That's just weird to me. Can't fathom these things. And it's National Milk Day. Are you a milk drinker? I am definitely not a milk drinker. The only time I will drink milk is in, like, if I have an espresso and coffee, if I have cereal, because I can't drink milk I can't eat cereal with anything else. So milk is the only time, but, go back to the history books and look at why milk became so popular in the 80s is because they had a surplus of milk, and so they campaigned for it. Milk does a body good. Good, solid marketing 101 right there. Got us all to drink a lot of milk. But my wife, being a nurse, has done research on this, and milk actually is acidic and pulls acidity out of the bones because it's acidic, I should say, and actually pulls calcium out of your bones. So even though they said that milk does a body good and it produces calcium and osteoporosis, drink more milk, that, my friends, apparently is not the case. But I don't know. I'm not a scientist like that. I'm a different scientist. All right, now we go on to weather history in the United States. In 2008, Iraqis in Baghdad woke up to a novelty of falling snowflakes, and the cities experienced the first snowfall in 100 years. That was in 2008. Typically, these are across the country, by the way. In 1990, a strong northwesterly wind associated with a deep low-pressure system crossing the upper Great Lakes region ushered in cold air to the central U.S., with winds gusting to 72 at Fort Dodge, Iowa, 75 in South Dakota, and blizzard conditions in northwest Minnesota. In 1989, and by the way, if you have any questions right now, I'll get back to questions here in just a little bit. If you have questions about the snowstorm, don't ask me what your city, what your county is going to get specifically. I've not even issued those snowfall forecasts yet, and I could not possibly pinpoint every single city in East Tennessee. All right, 1989, a cold front, which the previous day produced 21 inches of snow at Stampede Pass, Washington, and winds gusting to 75 in Mammoth Lakes, California, spread snow across Colorado. Totals in Colorado ranged up to 17 inches in Steamboat. Pull out the snorkel. Let's go grab some fresh powder. That's my kind of a day. In 1988, snow and high winds in Utah resulted in a 50-car pileup along Interstate 15. Winds gusted to 115 in Wyoming. In 1987, a storm in the northeastern U.S. buried the mountains of central Vermont with up to 26 inches of snow and winds gusting to 45 miles per hour in New Jersey and New York. In 1972, downsloping winds in the eastern Rockies in northern Colorado and southeastern Wyoming produced winds gusting to 143 miles per hour and $25 million in property damage. Those Chinook winds will get you every time. Lived through them my entire life. Well, most of it. My childhood, I should say. In 1918, a tremendous blizzard completely immobilized the Midwest, stopping mail service for 2 weeks. The vast storm then moved to the Great Lakes region and Ohio Valley. Winds reached 60 miles per hour in Toledo. Temperatures plunged from 25 above to 15 below with the passage of the cold front. And today's daily quote, Francis Scott Key, "'Tis the Star-Spangled Banner, oh, long may it wave. For you're the land of the free and the home of the brave." America. In 1963, the Whiskey A Go-Go nightclub opened in Los Angeles. It was recognized as the first disco in the U.S. That was 1963. In 1935, Amelia Earhart became the first woman to fly solo from Hawaii to California. In 1902, Popular Mechanics magazine was published for the first time in 1902 and still thriving today, as far as I know. In 1878, in New York, milk was delivered in glass bottles for the first time by Alexander Campbell. And I remember growing up and had my milk delivered onto my front porch. Did you? In 1569, we're going way back when, England's first state lottery was held. Like, what kind of lottery? Like money? In 1569? I don't know these things. All right, let's take it back outside. Let's show you what it looks like. We've got a gorgeous view. Let's take a look at this view. This is a live look at KMNV Monroe County Airport in Madisonville. That's one of many of the East Tennessee weather cameras, and more coming to the market, hopefully sooner than later, and more on the East Tennessee weather app as well down the road. All right, let's see what y'all are saying in the chat. I got to go back a little ways here. Andrew's already stoked just thinking about the snow. Brandon is too. Okay, we talked about that. Let's see. We don't need the Arctic air just until it'll give the Gulf Coast snow again. Yeah, we don't want to do that. Although it's always funny to see snow at the beaches, don't you think? I just moved from Jamestown to Newport 3 months ago and definitely missing all the snow we got back home. Newport gets some snow, but Jamestown definitely gets a little bit more snow. What made you move from Jamestown, Fentress County, all the way to Cocke County? Sure hope you have a great day, Katrina. Team no snow, Danny? You just want to get... You're team pontoon boat, aren't you? Supposed to go to Bristol. Supposed to go to Bristol MLK this weekend. Well, we'll just have to see what the snow does. I'm team snow as long as we don't have icy roads. Welcome to Cott County. You welcome with open arms to Cott County, a beautiful county here in East Tennessee. Crystal says, let it snow. Crystal says, we just need a good snow as well. Jess Payne, 44, is team snow. And I love the profile picture of you. I think that's next to a fireplace, maybe, playing the guitar. Mike, is there a reason our names aren't showing up here on YouTube Live anymore? It seems to just show our handles lately. Nicole. I cannot know these things that YouTube does. I don't know, actually, Nicole. No snow until everyone is home and off the roads, but I want it gone by the next day. Those are always the good ones, right? That's why living in Colorado was great. We living in Denver, you get a big old dumping of snow, and then the downsloping Chinook winds, the snow eaters would eat the snow away in 24 hours, and it's like you'd have sunshine and 70, 2 feet of snow the next day, and the next day it's back to 70 with sunshine, and the snow is gone. A lot of times, anyways. Let's see here. What else are you all saying? That'd be a cool find, is Amelia Earhart's plane, right? That'd be great. Have a great day, Jess Payne, 44. Team no, Brent. Come on, you are a Witcher weather watcher. You're supposed to like inclement weather, bro. And by the way, if you want to become part of the Witcher Weather Watchers team, we've got about 50 people now. You can come join to a private group. I had somebody reach out yesterday, so I'm going to be getting somebody else on the platform as well. But if you're interested in becoming part of the Witcher Weather Watchers team, a storm spotter team of just weather nuts around East Tennessee, helping to navigate storms with a lot of information, you can do so as well. Just hit me up and send me an email, mike@easttnweather.com, and let me know if you'd like to join the Witcher Weather Watchers group right here in East Tennessee to let us know what's going on. You have to take the Skywarn Storm Spotter program with the National Weather Service. Send me your certificate, then I'll get you onto the private chat, which is literally the first place I go for storm information because it's boots on the ground. They're like my little tiny reporters. And I'm so thankful for them every single day. T-shirts and license plates. So I have T-shirts, by the way, and I do have license plates. If you have a front license plate and you want one, hit me up as well. They're not on the merch shop as of right now, but I do have a merch shop online at easttnweather.com and getting a new website here real soon. Let's hope. I don't actually have, well, somebody said they sent in some Witcher's pictures here this morning. Let's see if we have one. All right, this one's from Missy, another beautiful sunrise in Andersonville up by Norris. This one's great. Great little sunrise this morning. Now the clouds are increasing, but not for everybody. The clouds will be thicker north of Interstate 40. Upper East Tennessee have a better chance for snow across the Tennessee-Kentucky border. Upper East Tennessee, no travel troubles, but definitely may see a few snowflakes flying around town. Dwayne Foister, how about this one? This is a great to Witcher's pictures, and you can upload those, by the way, on the app itself. And so if you just go to submit photo, you can send one right there from your camera roll, or you can actually snap a photo and it comes right into my weather computer, which I can share just like this. This is Dwayne Foister. He's got he's an amazing photographer, lives down in like the Greenback area, I believe, and always capturing some great photos. Here's one from Beth Cresswell. So Beth's always taking some great photos, and you got the Smoky Mountains right there in the background. In just a moment, you'll see it pop up. And hey, listen, if you like this platform, please like and share the platform. So for community awareness, this is Beth Cresswell's, by the way. Sunrise from the Foothills Parkway, January 8th. Oh, that was on the 8th. So these are all coming in from the 8th, but these were some great sunrise and sunset photos. And last night, don't know if you saw it on social media, but last night, my wife and I had a chance to get out. It's been a long time. When you have kids and whatnot, it's a long time since we've been able to get out on a nice little date. And I'll just put that up right there. So does anybody know where that is? Does anybody know where that is? We don't make it down there very often, although it is the same distance for us to travel down there than it is to go to downtown Knoxville. I'll just tell you. It's Maryville. We went to Bella last night, a great Italian restaurant. And my wife got the pasta that's done in the cheese. Look at that. Throwing some alcohol in there, heating it up, throwing it in the cheese, stirring it up with some pasta. This dude was great. Great. So if you've never been to Bella, I highly recommend it. It's great as well. And one thing I wanted to share with you. So part of what I do, I'm out broadcasting. I've got wireless mics to be out and do stuff, and I've done reels and whatever. But I also have a stick mic, like the old classic TV, broadcasting live from. Anyway, so I've got one of these, which is great. And I needed to make a mic flag. You know how TV stations have like that flag right there? And so I have a couple because I have all my mic flags from all my TV stations. By the way, can you see the doggies sleeping right there in the chair? So this is the one from Weather Nation. You know, you put this in here like this. Oops. And it goes like this. So this is a funny story, by the way. So you might want to stick around for this. So that's like how it would be, right? That was my Weather Nation one. I have them from all my TV stations. I even have one from Channel 10. Here's my first TV station right there, KJCT, right? So typically they have foam in them. Anyways, I have a point to this whole story. So I decided to 3D print, like I'm 3D printing these license plates, covers. I've got a 3D printer here in the studio. So I was like, I need an East Tennessee weather mic flag, right? I mean, why would I not? I mean, I'll use it eventually one day, maybe. And so I designed it and 3D printed it. And, well, it's really little. Look at this. didn't quite really make the cut. So we're gonna have to try that again, and it just falls off because it's supposed to have foam in it. But just a little guy. But anyways, I thought that was a funny story I'd share with you because I have collected all my mic flags from every TV job, so I might as well have one for East Tennessee weather as well. The things I do some days, the things I do. That looks like downtown Maryville. It was. Cutest couple, Maryville Broadway Avenue. Yep. The joy of children. It's hard to get out and go on a date night. Plus, it's expensive. You know, you leave the house and it's going to cost you at least $100 just to leave the house. You want a Weather Nation souvenir? That's my only one, brother. Actually, I have some shirts. I actually have a shirt you could probably have, my friend. It's like a fishing shirt. I'm never going to wear it. But yeah, that was my mic flag from the Weather Nation days. It's Beverly. It's always a work in progress. I suppose it does, Chris. I suppose it does. All right, just to recap. Let's go ahead and recap here for just a second. We're going to wrap things up this morning. All right. So today, the clouds have already started to increase across the area. Not for everybody. If you live north of Interstate 40, you're going to have more cloud coverage, but not all day. Just a thin layer of clouds, maybe a couple flurries here or there. Better chance for a little bit of light snow across the mountains of East Tennessee, up closer to the Tri-Cities area, and into West Virginia as this little disturbance dives through. It is going to bring us some wind, and it is significantly colder today, so wind chill values will be in the 20s and 30s pretty much all day, so it's going to be a cold, raw winter day. Warmer weather tomorrow and Tuesday as a ridge of high pressure kind of builds on in, and then another wave in the atmosphere is going to bring us the potential for some snowfall. As we get into our Wednesday night and through the day on Thursday, dry Friday, and potentially another storm system bringing us maybe even more snow Saturday and Sunday. You know I'm going to be diving into the details all week long, so make sure you check back in. I do broadcast Monday through Friday at 7:30 in the morning, Saturday and Sunday at 8 a.m. in the morning. We'll probably do some live updates during the evenings as well as we get closer to this event. But just watch what you share and like on social media. Come to a trusted source. I'll probably start putting out snowfall totals either tonight or first thing tomorrow, so check that out on social media. And don't forget to download the East Tennessee Weather app, which is 1 minute weather. It's just a quick little weather update in just 1 minute. Or if you really want the full detailed, old school, really wanted to know everything that's going on, check out the full forecast. It's on the East Tennessee Weather app. It's online at easttnweather.com. It's also on YouTube, Roku TV, Amazon Fire. You can put East Tennessee Weather up on the big screen in your house. So go download those apps for your smart TV. So you don't have to watch me on a little tiny cell phone. That's no fun unless you're laying in bed still in your PJs, having a cup of coffee. Have a cup of coffee. It's cold now, but it needs to be refilled. I sure hope you have a great day today. I will see you bright and early tomorrow morning for another edition of Wake Up with Witcher. I'll be posting more on social media about my confidence level on the snowstorm throughout the day as well. All right, my friends, have a great day. As I always say, be safe, be kind to each other. Life is short, goes by fast. Enjoy this live view from a beautiful sunrise from Monroe County, KMNV Airport, right here in East Tennessee. See you tomorrow.
There's a schoolboy standing up in front of an army, shoes in the mud and the wet paint twists and turns up the alley just like it should. So your colors, they start and it's stripping you